Yo, what is up YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. Today we are using the Xerndon team once again with Xerneas, Groudon, Tapu Koko, Volcorona, Amoonguss, and Incineroar. It has been a pretty good team to use when it hits its moves. And if you haven't checked out the previous episode, as always recommend go check it out. And of course, if you do want to try out the team, there is a placement it in the description down below. And of course, if we do hit that like 175 likes for this video and all the other videos we use this team, there will be a QR code that will be available on the global link, so be sure to hit that like button, especially if you enjoy the videos. I'm not sure if there's a QR code of the original team. I gotta look, but I don't think there is. We have a Kyogre Lunala team as our first opponent with Kyogre Lunala, Incineroar, the Tapu Koko, Tornadus, and Ludicolo. So again, it's going to come down to, is there a Rain Dance on Tornadus? And actually, a Rain Dance on Tornadus makes this a bit of a difficult game right off the bat. I like Tapu Koko as a lead. I think Tapu Koko plus Amoonguss isn't a bad lead because like maybe my opponent's going to have to play guessing games of, or maybe Tapu Koko Xerneas wouldn't be too bad either. Tapu Koko Xerneas would not be that bad either. I could definitely see myself bringing Tapu Koko Xerneas because it's a pretty safe lead overall against most of my opponent's Pokemon. So I'm going to lead Tapu Koko Xerneas with Groudon, Amoonguss in the back, and I think that works out because if you lead Tornadus Kyogre, which is definitely a potential lead I could definitely see. I mean, I could just protect and go for an Electro Web turn 1, or I could go for a Volt Switch. There are like multiple options that I do have against my opponent. I feel like it's better than Amoonguss, where Water Spout and Hurricane basically gets my opponent a potential knockout into the Amoonguss slot and a lot of damage into Koko, and I don't think that's exactly worth it. So we'll see how this goes here, as Xerneas at least puts on pressure because like my opponent can't really let me set up for free because it's like obviously a Xerneas can run through and my opponent doesn't exactly have the best steel resist out there. So we're going to see the Ludicolo Lunala lead, a little bit different here, but I think that's alright. I think I'll just go for an Electro Web right off the bat and a Dazzling Gleam actually, because I want to break the Shao Lunala. And I have no idea what kind of Lunala set this is, if it's a Trick Room variant or if it's something else. I think it would be a Tailwind variant, but maybe it doesn't even have Tailwind. I think just going for Electro Web is fine here. I don't want a Geomancy because there could be a Roar on Lunala, but I think it might be worth just to actually attempt to go for the Geomancy here. So I think I am going to attempt to go for Geomancy because I don't really see a flaw with going for a Geomancy here. As we're going to see Fake Out into Xerneas because you do want to deny my setup. It is a Life Orb Ludicolo reveal, as we will be able to get Electro Web off. I do have to charge my 3 discs because apparently I didn't. That does a good amount to Ludicolo though, jeez. Let's see what the Lunala goes for. It's going to be Tailwind, I'd imagine? Yeah, Tailwind. Okay, perfect. So it's double Tailwind, it looks like, which is fine. Next turn, I could go for Electro Web and Protect here. I don't see a reason, drawback really to make that play. I could also go, the reason I want to make this play is because I want to slow down these Pokemon, and I also don't want, like, a Hydro Vortex into a... Actually, we saw it was Life Orb Ludicolo, so we can't go for Hydro Vortex and switch into Ogre, which would have been a play naturally. My opponent could have made the following turn. So I think I'm just going to protect here and just attempt to Electro Web again because I don't see a real big drawback. If I lose Koko, so be it. I could probably just get an Amoonguss for free and start clicking Rage Powder and Geomancy, and then I could just Gleam spam. So I don't think there's that big of a problem with it, as we are going to see a Z move coming out from the Lunala, probably. Yep. So Z move Lunala, so I probably don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about a Z move on Kyogre probably. I wonder if it's Scarf Kyogre, because that kind of makes things a bit difficult. Let's see where the C move goes. I'm guessing the Xerneas. But you could have just doubled up Xerneas with Moongeist Beam plus Scald. But it is actually Xerneas, so that works out fine. I'm going to take a bit of chip, but it's not like the worst amount of damage, and I'd rather have Xerneas take the damage through Protect than, let's say, a... Yeah, I'll definitely take this. I much prefer it rather than a... Amoonguss taking it on the switch. So we get a good amount into the Xerneas, as we do connect our Electro Web, which is nice. So we do hit the Electro Web and we'll be able to slow down the Ludicolo once again. And let's see what the Ludicolo goes for. Maybe a Scald, Hydro Pump, Grass not going to come out into the Tapu Koko. Maybe trying to anticipate a switch, or maybe just didn't want to miss Hydro Pump, but I think that's fine. That puts the Ludicolo in range of Volt Switch here. Or another Electro Web, and I could I don't know. I feel like Electro might be a roll. I could also Sky Drop here, which wouldn't be a bad play either. But I think Volt Switch makes a lot of sense here into the Ludicolo and attempt to just Geomancy here. Because I could get a Mungus in and just start clicking Rage Powder. So yeah, I kind of like that. As we see Ludicolo actually reveal to Protect, which is fine too. Because I'm going to have a Geomancy Xerneas, so again, that's not too bad. And I could probably Gleam Sky Drop the Lunala the following turn if I really want to. So we'll Geomancy here. We'll see what the Lunala carries. If it's Z move, they usually carry Protect, so I'm guessing it's Protect, Moongeist Beam, Tailwind, and then the last move is like up to Wide Guard or a Psyshock or something like that. So let's see here. It's going to be the Psyshock just going to come out into Xerneas, which is fine. I really don't mind that as it gets a crit, which is annoying, but I don't think it's the end of the world because right here, what's stopping me from clicking Volt Switch into Ludicolo and a Moonblast into Lunala? I really don't think there's anything that's stopping me from doing that. So I'll go for the Moonblast and the Lunala because I'm pretty sure Moonblast should be able to knock out the Lunala at this rate. And Ludicolo, I would imagine, wants to switch out here unless there's no electric immunity in the back for my opponent. As, yeah, we're going to see the Ludicolo retreat here into the Tornadus. So this works out perfectly for me. I'm going to get damage on the Tornadus. We will be able to get a Moonblast off, which should be able to knock out the Lunala, I would imagine, since we are max special attack. Yep, knocks out Lunala, which is nice. And the Volt Switch is going to come out into Tornadus. Let's see if it's able to knock it out or break its Sash. It is Sash, okay. And there are still a few questions, although I think we're still in a really solid position. We could go Amoongus here. We could just go Amoongus. Kyogre, you have to assume it is the last Pokemon in the bag. The Tailwind expired, which is actually perfect here because now the Tornadus is kind of in an awkward position, right? We're probably going to see Ludicolo come out. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. And this is the awkward part for my opponent. It's like, oh, do you go for a Tailwind here or are you going to go for a Taunt or Hurricane and a Amoongus? Because I think I just have a safe Protect Spore play in a Tornadus, because if you go for a Taunt, that's fine. You don't have Tailwind up. I go for Gleam next turn. If you go for a, let's say, a Hurricane in the Xerneas, you get Spored. If you knock out my Moongus, I just get a free switch into my Tapu Koko and I get to click Gleam anyway. So I don't really see a drawback to just Protect Spore because I think it just covers the most options. Like I can't really see a way my opponent gets well positioned unless you hard switch. You would have to hard switch Ludicolo and a Kyogre and Tailwind here, but even then that's not really that great for you, I think. So we're gonna see the Fake Out in a Moongus, which is fine. Take some life up recoil as we will see a Tailwind come up, which is again completely okay for me because now I could just Rage Powder and Gleam. And yeah, I don't see a reason not to just go for the Rage Powder and Gleam because I'll probably be, unless the Ludicolo protects here, but I think Amoongus is going to be out of range for Hurricane. So yeah, I just don't see a reason not to just click Gleam and Rage Powder here. This Ludicolo is going to go for the Protect, which is fine because even if, let's say I lose my Amoongus in the worst possible position, like I just get Groudon in and then my opponent is actually still screwed. So we are going to see Hurricane going to come out. It will target down the Amoongus slot. It doesn't pick up the knockout as I mentioned before. We will get a Gleam off into the Tornadus. The crit is actually kind of annoying because of the fact that now I won't be able to live like a Water Spout or Origin Pulse in the sun from the Kyogre. But again, I think we're still in a completely okay position as Kyogre will be forced to come out here. And we'll always go to Groudon here. We'll always go Groudon and so we saw Protect Fake Out from the Ludicolo and Grass Knot, so you have to assume it's most likely not carrying Ice Beam, which is good. We'll go Groudon here. Even if Groudon gets caught, it's fine. And we just Protect here. So there are a few more turns of Tailwind. There are 2 more turns of Tailwind. I could stall it out and then Tapu Koko can get in and just fire off Volt Switches. We'll get Groudon here for the Sun. And let's see what my opponent decides to do after. Should probably just be a Water Spout, and maybe you go for the Grass Knot, but even if you go for the Grass Knot, that's fine. As we're going to see the Grass Knot come out. Targets the Xerneas, though, which is fine for me. Water Spout is going to come out. That's not a Scarf Kyogre, then that's also kind of problematic for my opponent. Ooh, that did some damage. Might actually be a boosting item, maybe a Mystic Water, because that actually did a bit more damage than usual. Is this the last turn of Tailwind for my opponent? It is. Not really much of a reason to keep Groudon in, though. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for Precipice Blades and Gleam. Don't really see a reason not to. Let's see if the Kyogre is Scarf or not, because we confirm it here. Yeah, Kyogre has Protect, so it's not even Scarf, so this 100% seals up the game. Because we'll knock out the Ludicolo, then we can go for a Moonblast into a Volt Switch afterward once our Tapu Koko gets in, and yeah, we'll be completely fine. So I'm making that's Mystic Water. I'm making that's Timid Mystic Water damage because that did over 50%, which is kind of rare. I'm pretty sure even Max Modest Kyogre does not do that much with the highest roll even. So yeah, I definitely think that Kyogre definitely should be Timid Mystic Water based on the damage. So don't think there's really an out for my opponent. As actually, I should probably just click Fire Punch, but it doesn't really matter here. As the match is going to be forfeit, my opponent realizes that there was really no out here. So we are able to pick up a win. And I think what was really nice overall was just being able to Electro Web with our Tapu Koko. Electro Web Tapu Koko, our Assault Vest Tapu Koko was super clutch in that game because we were able to, even when my opponent had Tailwind, I just was able to Electro Web. I was able to control the speed, and then I was able to Geomancy up afterward, which was super nice there because the Geomancy, getting a Geomancy in that position just allowed Xerneas to take the attacks and then kind of pile through my opponent's team because like the Moonblast was doing so much to my opponent. So nice, as we are able to pick up a win there. And we'll see if we can continue to, we'll see if we'll be able to pick up some more wins in today's episode. But I think, yeah, Assault Vest Tapu Koko coming clutch there. Like, the lead wasn't exactly what I expected. I mean, usually, like, Lunala teams do like to... Wait, what did my opponent lead again? You led Ludicolo plus, yeah, Ludicolo plus Kyogre was an interesting lead, I guess. I guess maybe my opponent wanted, just in case, like, if I led, like, Groudon or something, you could just switch in Kyogre and go for, like, a Hydro Pump or a Grass Knot. But regardless, like, we were fine in the position anyway, just because, like, I still don't get the one play, though, and that was Grass Knotting the, it was Grass Knotting the, Tapu Koko, because I think my opponent tried to read a Groudon switch, but, like, I had no reason to switch in Groudon, I think. Unless he wanted immediate damage, but, like, maybe my opponent... It wasn't even Scarf Kyogre though, so I don't even get that gameplay. Maybe you're trying to put me in range of Water Spout. You're Mystic... I guess, like, if you put me in range of Mystic Water Spout under Tailwind, I guess, because you need a bit... Actually, I feel like Mystic Water should knock out Tapu Koko regardless. Unless I'm, like, a really weird, calm or careful Tapu Koko, which would be probably not worth it. But it's taking a while to find our second game, so I think we're just going to cut it out till we can find our next game. We'll be right back with the second game of today's episode. Alright, we got Pask from Italy, 1591 rating. I believe I recognize the name of our opponent using the XY team. Okay, Xerneas, Yveltal, which is kind of a weird matchup, actually. I mean, I don't think it's, like, that bad, but it's definitely strange. I don't like Groudon here, because it really doesn't help. I like Xerneas. I like Amoonguss a lot. I think Amoonguss is going to be a key member of this. I like a Volcorona because I'd be able to obliterate the Amoonguss as well as the Landers potentially, which would be nice. And Incineroar probably is my best option after that. It's just kind of weird dealing with the Feeny. Feeny's going to be a bit annoying to handle. We're probably in for a bit of a long game here because usually XY teams do take a bit. I think I'm going to lead Xerneas plus... I want to say Volcorona just because Volcorona is really good in this. Yeah, we'll lead Xerneas plus Volcorona. We'll have a Amoonguss and Incineroar in the back. We'll see how this goes because I think Volcorona is just like really good in this matchup if I can prepare it right. So... we'll see how this goes. Yveltal's going to be a bit annoying, but I mean, we could power through it with some Moonblast, I guess, and we have Incineroar as our switch. Like, the Yveltal's going to be the annoying part. If I can get rid of Yveltal, like, I can deal with the Xerneas actually pretty easily with the Pokemon I'm bringing. How about Feeny Landers? Okay. I don't really need the Z Overheat to deal with this opposing Xerneas since I have an Amoonguss, I have Whirlwind on the Volcorona. I guess the question is, does Landorus go for a Protect here and a Feeny go for a it's the question of, does Landorus draw off a Tectonic Rage? I think Protect, but I see wouldn't even help my opponent here because I feel like you would Haze, because if I Geomancy, like, you would be screwed, right? I kind of just want to go for a Moonblast right off the bat into Feeny, and I want to actually go for the Z Overheat into the Landorus right away because I knock it out, and I don't want to risk Landorus going for Sword Stance here. Yeah, we'll go for the Z Overheat here, and it looks like Landorus ain't Protect, so as long as we knock out Landorus, because it should be Grounding Z on this team, I'd imagine. Or Goggles, like, those are the two items you usually commonly see on Landorus, so if I can get rid of the Landorus immediately, that's so huge for me. So we'll go for Inferno Overdrive, and we'll Moonblast the Feeny, because we kind of need chip damage on the Feeny. Like, we want to make sure we don't get hazed immediately, and we also want to put the Feeny in range of attacks from later in the game, because Feeny's annoying with the heal pulse or light screen options, as we will just draw off a Z Overheat and a Moonblast, as, yeah, getting rid of Landorus, doing a good amount to the Feeny. Not bad damage, and it is a haze, so that's awesome for me. Perfect. That's perfect for me. I guess the question is it Citrus Berry or Wiki Berry on the Feeny? Because, like, if it's Citrus, I want to go for if it's Citrus, I want to go for Moonblast. If it isn't, I want to go for Gleam here. Incineroar is going to come out here, actually. I think this Incineroar carries Roar, because I could go out on my own Incineroar and then click Fake Out into the Feeny and then click Gleam. Geomancy. Fake Out, Geomancy, and then Gleam afterward, and that should finish off my opponent. Also, it looks like my opponent didn't bring one of the restricted, so it's... Okay, just forfeiting after turn 1, okay. Okay. Alright, guess it didn't work out. I mean, I knew my opponent was in a weird position if I just Geomancied. You couldn't really... And if you protect Landorus, I could have threatened a Z Overheat anyway. I mean, even if Landorus protected, the damage to protect was actually pretty crucial because it would have put in range of Overheat from my Volcorona. And I didn't think you would Icy Wind and let me set up with Xerneas potentially, because if I just set up with Xerneas, you're in a really bad position. So, yeah, really fast game, but we were just able to, I guess, just outpower turn 1. I'm really surprised we also didn't see Yveltal, because I'm pretty sure you bring Yveltal, right? And then you also, I think, bring your own Xerneas. So, yeah. But then again, it's always like the question of what do you bring, leave in the back, because I think Feeny is pretty important in the matchup for the heal pulse, and if you have light screen, the heal light screen option. What the heck is this? Kyogre, Zygarde 10%, Araquanid, Kartana, Tapulele, and Comfey. I also don't know how fast a dog is, because I know it's fast, but I don't know how fast. A Geomancy can win this game. Groudon's not bad either. Oh, is it Water Bubble too? Because it could be like Water Bubble Trick 'em stuff. Yeah, I like Incin too, because I kind of don't like Incin, although it's not that bad. It's kind of weird, because like I could see me bring a bunch of Pokemon this matchup. I'm definitely bringing Xerneas, because Xerneas is a really good Pokemon here. I'm bringing the Volcarona, I think, because of the Whirlwind option I could do on the Comfey. I really like Amoonguss plus Groudon in the back, but I feel like I should bring Incin, because just in case. Well, then again, the Lele kind of makes it difficult for me to bring Incin, right? Because I want to have Fake Out, and then there's multiple water types. So yeah, I think I'll bring Amoonguss Groudon, because like I need Groudon to lower the damage output. Does Comfey get Rain Dance? I know Rain Dance won't be a priority at least, so that's at least one good positive note, but like, I really can't tell what this team is supposed to be. Like, I really can't tell what our opponent's team is supposed to be, so we'll try it out. We'll see how this goes, but could be tricky. Zygarde Comfey. Okay, I'm not gonna risk Zygarde being faster than my Xerneas, and then Rock Slide knocks out my Volcarona. I'm in a weird spot. I think I'm just gonna fire for Gleam here and get some damage on the Comfey, and we'll go out hard into Amoonguss. Amoonguss should be put in a decent position unless there's like a safeguard. What is Zygarde's dog supposed to be? We're gonna go Amoonguss here. And Raining Kiss. Is it weakness policy? Wait, does it outspeed Xerneas? Does it outspeed Xerneas? Sub, okay. Oh, that's not what I expected. That's not what I expected. That's kind of disappointing, actually, because... Oh. I mean, it gets a complete form, I forgot. That actually kind of helps because, That actually kind of helps now that I think about it. Because now the Zygarde's actually faster. I know that 10% can complete into the complete form. Do not worry, I did not forget about that, but... Oh, Floral's healing is actually faster. Should I just protect Clear Smog? I kind of want a Spore here. Because I think you Floral healing and then do something with Zygarde. Probably an attack. I think I'm going to Spore, actually. A Geomancy, because I want the ability to knock out both these Pokemon with a +2 Gleam afterward. And here's the thing. I don't think you should sub in this position. Oh. But... That's not good. That's not good. I know it's Zygarde, we make fun of it, but it's +2 in Helping Hand. I don't know if that's gonna KO, but we'll find out, I guess. Here's a problem. If it puts my Xerneas in range of the Gleam, it's also kind of frustrating, so... Yeah, we'll find out. 1,000 arrows. This is gonna hurt. Oh, that did not as much as I was expecting, actually. We get Spore off in the Zygarde. That was actually really disappointing. And this is no bulk Xerneas either. It almost actually obliterated my Amoonguss, but we get to click Gleam here, and I guess we get to go into Volcorona. We might as well because we get regenerated health, and I don't really see a switch my opponent can make here because I just Gleam here. +2 Gleam will knock out the Zygarde. It will knock out the Comfey. Oh boy. Oh man. Draining Kiss. Weakness policy. Oh boy. Well, we just retreat Amoonguss here. We go into Volcorona. And then what are we going to see? Floral Healing into the Zygarde. I mean, it's guaranteed to take a turn of sleep, and I'm pretty sure it just goes down to Gleam anyway. If it doesn't, I guess that's a weird position, but we could always just go for a Z Overheat into the Zygarde. So we'll go for the Gleam here. And that should knock it out after the chip, but yeah, we just knock out the Gleam. We get crit on Zygarde. I don't know if that matters, realistically. It's still +2 Gleam, and it's not like the Zygarde had a Salt Vest or a Seed or anything, so I don't think that mattered. If it had a Seed or a Salt Vest, yeah, it would probably matter, but since it didn't, no, I don't think it did. Kyogre are going to come out, and let's reveal the last Pokemon here. It's going to be the Araquanid. So I'm guessing it's a Trick Room team. That's a big spider. And I guess it's the question of what do you do here. There could be a Wide Guard. There could be a Protect attack here. What do I think is the bigger threat? I think it would be the Kyogre. I'm just going to Moonblast here, and I think go hard Groudon. Yeah, because I don't want to be caught by a Wide Guard. If you protect Kyogre and Liquidation Xerneas, I guess this game gets still pretty interesting. But I think Amoonguss should be able to win. I just want to I want to get damage on Kyogre because I don't want like my opponent to go for entrainment stuff. So we'll go Groudon here. And I don't want the Kyogre being entrainment and doing so much. I think it might be Specs Kyogre, but who knows. We'll get a Moonblast off. It will target down the Kyogre, which will do a good amount. Oh, it actually just picks up the knockout, which is pretty dang nice. Is Liquidation going to come out into the Xerneas? That won't knock. Will that knock out? Yeah, it does. Water Bubble is so strong, but now I could go... Maybe just go Volcorona. I could go Amoonguss and get regenerated health too, which wouldn't be that bad. Let's just go Volcorona, I guess. Because, like, my opponent doesn't have a way that could really touch my Groudon right here. I get to click a Swords Dance here. And I think I will click Swords Dance here because I don't really see a drawback to not clicking Swords Dance here. We'll go for the Z Overheat. It will get some good damage in the Rockrunnid. And we'll Swords Dance here because you can't one-shot and then Fire Punch is doing more. One of the Rockrunnid has a comeback mechanism to do something in this game, but yeah, I think this is pretty much over. Thankfully, my opponent didn't go for Trick Room immediately. But then again, like, since my opponent didn't have much to stop up the Amoonguss, yeah, I was probably fine regardless, as long as there was no Safeguard on Comfey and I didn't get the call wrong. So we will be able to get in for an Overdrive. It's in the sun, but Water Bubble does reduce the Fire type damage. Wow. Oh, that's a crit. I was just about to say that did a bit too much for... I don't care. This is a really strong Z move in the sun. No way he did that much in a Rockrunnid. Rockrunnid has so good special defense too. Oh, it's just Voltarium Z on a Rockrunnid. Okay. I really wonder if it has entrainment too, because like I remember the entrainment Water Bubble. I gotta bring that team back. Entrainment Water Bubble in Moon Series. Ah, that would be fun. Alright, Hydro Vortex is gonna come out. We'll target down the Volcorona. And since Sun has Water Bubble, so who knows, maybe it'll be able to KO? It actually does KO. Volcorona doesn't have the best physical defense in the world. The Volcorona gonna go down, but I mean my Groudon has a Fire Punch set up. I didn't expect the crit, so I wasn't exactly too sure. And I didn't want to activate a potential berry. My opponent had it. We'll go Amoonguss here. I think it might be Goggles or Rockrunnid, but I can't really say for certain. As we'll go for the Grass Knot, I guess, and a Fire Punch. As that would be a good game to my opponent, because should be no way to come back in this position. As Fire Punch is going to be able to come out, knock out the Rockrunnid, and that's going to be a good game. So this was kind of more of cute gimmicks, I guess, with the Zygarde, but like we were in such a good position immediately. Like, I didn't expect a Draining Kiss immediately, and my opponent went for Sub immediately, which 100% benefited there, so... Well, I guess if it went for 1,000 arrows in that form, I don't know how much attacks the Zygarde dog has, but I don't think it would have been enough, and then you fainted Gleam afterwards, so you wouldn't have gotten your complete form. So I learned Zygarde dog is faster than Xerneas, so it's at least base 100, I think. I don't know what space speed is. I mean, it's a easier way to get complete form, but it's like you're using Zygarde dog, which means it's a lot frailer. So I don't know. It's an interesting technique. I was thinking about it. Like when people ask me if I'm using Zygarde 10%, like I still don't know. I still don't think it's like as viable as 50%, because I feel like losing all that bulk for just some speed that's not even that important, especially if you go in a complete form anyway. It's just a waste of speed EVs at that point, so I really don't like it as much. But yeah, that's my opinion on Zygarde dog. But yeah, we were just able to pull through even with the investment the Zygarde had. I'm pretty sure it was Jolly too, so unless maybe it was Adamant, who knows. But yeah, otherwise, hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2019 Backdoor Battles. If you did enjoy, please leave a like down below, show some support, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description, such as my social media, the side tiers on the channel, and all that good stuff. Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram accounts are linked down below, and if you do want to go that extra mile to support me, my channel, and the content I make, you can check out my Patreon page linked down below. But you can always help me out by leaving a like on the video, especially if you enjoy it, leaving a comment down below, and sharing this video with your friends. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.